Hello everybody, this is Rob Swatsky from the York campus of Hack, and welcome back to my Biology 121 Anatomy and Physiology 1 course. This is podcast 2.5b, Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are a large and diverse group of organic molecules collectively known as sugars. All carbohydrates are made out of atoms of three elements: carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, and account for approximately 3% of the body's mass. The word carbohydrate means watered carbon and refers to the fact that most carbohydrates have one water molecule for every carbon atom in their structure. Carbohydrates provide many valuable functions to the body. They serve as both short and long-term sources of energy and play structural roles as one of the components of DNA and as surface markers on the cell's plasma membrane. There are three major groups of carbohydrates. In order of increasing size, they are the monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides, meaning one sugar, are simple sugars that contain 3 to 8 carbon atoms in their chemical structures. They are the smallest of the carbohydrates and are the monomers that bond together to form the disaccharides and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are named using a prefix that represents the number of carbon atoms in the sugar, and by a suffix ending in OSE. For example, trioses are the smallest monosaccharides with 3 carbons, tetroses have 4 carbons, pentoses have 5 carbons, hexoses have 6 carbons, heptoses have 7 carbons, and octoses, the largest monosaccharides, have 8 carbons. A common molecular formula for hexose monosaccharides is C6H12O6. Monosaccharides can be drawn as a straight chain of carbon atoms, but are usually shown in their simplified ring structures because they normally form into rings when in aqueous solutions. Examples of common monosaccharides include glucose, blood sugar that is broken down to produce ATP, fructose, fruit sugar, galactose, milk sugar, deoxyribose, the sugar in DNA, and ribose, the sugar in RNA. Disaccharides, meaning two sugars, are simple sugars formed by covalently bonding together two monosaccharides in a dehydration synthesis reaction with the loss of one water molecule. For example, the disaccharide sucrose, table sugar, is formed by joining together the monosaccharides glucose and fructose. The covalent bond that forms between the two monosaccharides is called a glycosidic bond. You can see that the water molecule is formed from the hydroxyl OH group in glucose and the hydrogen atom in fructose. Disaccharides can also be broken down into their monosaccharides during digestion through hydrolysis reactions with the addition of water. Other common disaccharides include maltose, grain sugar, which is made from two glucose monomers, and lactose, milk sugar, made from galactose and glucose. Polysaccharides, meaning many sugars, are the largest carbohydrates made out of dozens to hundreds of monosaccharides joined together through dehydration synthesis reactions. The most important polysaccharide in the human body is glycogen, which consists of branching chains of glucose monomers and is stored in liver cells and skeletal muscle fibers. One molecule of glycogen can contain as many as 1 million glucose monomers. Glycogen can be broken down into its individual glucose monomers through hydrolysis reactions. This is one way that the body maintains blood glucose homeostasis. When blood glucose levels are low, glycogen molecules stored in the liver are broken down into glucose and released into the blood. Starch is the main polysaccharide produced and stored by plants, and is the major carbohydrate in foods such as potatoes, pasta, rice, and corn. Like glycogen, starch consists of long chains of glucose monomers and can also be broken down through hydrolysis reactions. Another polysaccharide found in plants is cellulose. It is also made out of chains of glucose monomers, like starch, but it cannot be broken down by hydrolysis reactions because of differences in its chemical structure. Cellulose is commonly called fiber and is important in our diets because the excess bulk it provides helps in the elimination of feces from our digestive tracts. Thanks for watching, and please feel free to contact me by email at rjswatsk@hack.edu if you have any questions or comments about the course.